and welcome to Tier 3 around Canada this week. We have SSR Wraith, who has won the past 2 races in the championship lead at the moment. As we're just tuning in for qualifying here, waiting for all the drivers to get out on track. As we're going to watch Total 420 come out of the pits here on his outlap. Let's get the track map up and running. As we have a almost full session of 19 out of 20 drivers here. And should be a good, exciting race here for Tier 3 around Canada. Always a good overtaking spot. As we see a Ferrari of Arrow coming around the final corner to start his lap. As should be a pretty entertaining race. No, the chicane at the end of the straight is always fun to watch some dive bombs. And that's probably the main overtaking spot there. And then down into maybe an overtaking spot there, the hairpin as well. So we get 3 DRS zones, one down the main straight, one on the going into the hairpin, and one going down the back here as Arrow's on his lap on the medium tires. Going to see if he has valid currently. So let's get back to Total 420, I think, as well on a lap here. See on the softs. He is currently setting up to be the fastest car on the track right now, as he is the only one who's valid through Sector 2. As he comes to the chicane, try not to brush the wall of champions on the outside there, and let's see what the lap time he does. It's a 1:11.9 to start out. We should see that lap time start to tumble here. And let's go see Sargent, as COD does a 1:11.1, immediately brings that time down. Biddy's coming across the line now. The 1:09.9 there is a pretty good lap time there from the Ferrari driver. As we're going to see Just Sanders with a 1:10.5 on the mediums, and Echo goes with a 1:09.4 on the soft tires. As should see one of the Williams of Carl crossing the line next, and he validated on that lap. As Rathy comes down the back straight, flies across that 5th gear. Let's see what lap time he's going to do. He's going to be into the 1:09, so he's going to go 1:09.2. He's going to take pole position from Echo by 0.2 of a second. So 0.2 is now the gap. Rathy on provisional pole now, as we see AJ Mars in the pits. Bradley Johnson crossed the line with a 1:09.4 or 1:11.4. As JG is mixing it up there with Sargent. Not sure what happened there. This looks like a little bit of a block there from Sargent. As Sandwiches goes a little wide into the hairpin on his qualifying lap. As he makes his way down the back straight, we're going to see what time he can do. He has been improving a bunch recently, so if he should expect to see a midfield finish from him at least here. Comes across the line with a 1:10.9 on the soft tires. That's in P5 currently. As we see car there going across the infield. little bit of wheel slip there from Charisma. And JG's going to come across the line on the soft tires now to complete his lap as he coming down the back straight. See what lap time he can do here. He's going to go P9 with a 1:11.5 as Charisma as, what's that, Brad? Someone just said in a lap time. We get everyone down a spot as it's going to be the end of the first runs here by everybody. What appears like as WZ out on his out lap now. And appears as if it appears that AJ is going to stay in the pits for at least the beginning part of this run, if not the entire qualifying session. It's getting some weird camera angles here from Codemasters. As looks like some cars are going to be coming out on their second laps now. Aerox, PB, Bradley. Bradley's coming into the pits. We see Biddy and Sanders getting close. Sanders is going to go by. JG's pulling into the pits as well. Looks like Sargent's going to go out for one here. Looks like going to be going out for one. Don't know if it's going to stick that way as he's going to go through turn 1 with Knox directly ahead of him. And that another alpha of WZ right behind him. Let's go. He's on the medium tires to start out this race. What it's going to be like. He's going to make the most out of that lap, I'm sure. It's the fastest first sector there, apparently. Not sure about that one on the medium tires, but we're going to see just Saunders or Total 420. Someone come across the line. That was just Saunders there coming across the line to start. Does not go any quicker. It does a 1:10.7 on that lap. Next is a Ferrari starting his lap, and then Williams Acaro also starting his lap coming across the line. And Knox to finish his, he is valid, so the 1:10.8 lap would have been with a validation. Not a bad lap. As we have WZ now coming across the line on the medium tires, looking like a decent run of 1:10.9, puts him up to P9 on the mediums. So as of right now, he will be starting on that tire. As who's next to cross the line? It would probably be just Saunders there is next to cross the line here. Comes down into the chicane. Gets very close to the wall of champions there. Great camera shot there from Codemasters and finishes with a 1:10.2. Puts him P7 or P5 ahead of PB and right behind Biddy. As we're going to see the Ferrari of Biddy cross the line. That's going to put him P3 with a 1:10.4 as well. He moves up a spot on Aerox. Followed by the other Ferrari of Aero. Does not look like he got a valid lap time in there. As we see Sandwiches coming across the line maybe. Let's see we have a Haas coming down the main straight. That's Cod on his out lap. Followed by Charisma coming across the line on his soft tires. It's going to be a 1:10.2 for him on the softs. Puts him P6. Just behind Saunders and ahead of PB. And then we have Sandwiches coming across to start his lap. And would that be Saunders coming across now into the pits. So total 420 on his out lap is invalid, so we're going to see his lap start now. And then should see the Ferrari of Aero get a lap time in here. As long as he keep it valid through there, touches the wall, he goes invalid there. That's unfortunate. Just touches the outside wall there. So we see Knox invalid as well. AJ Mar is still in the pit lane. As JCast is going to come across, touches that outside wall just a little bit, but he's going to get away with it. What time is this going to be by JCast? A 109.2. That's for some P2. Right behind Echo as Rathy has fallen off from P1. He is very close up top though. Under a tenth of a second covers them all. Covers the top three. Puts some P2. As we see some more drivers coming out and across, as that puts Sandwiches moves up a spot on Bradley Johnson, puts him up into P9. As Bradley Johnson's also on a lap here, he's 3/10 quicker through the second sector. Goes for the hairpin. Keeps it clean, keeps it off the wall on that outside. As he's going to come down this back straight, he's going to open up the DRS and head down towards the chicane at the end of this. As looking for if anybody's going to go any quicker, does not look like it. As here comes Bradley Johnson, he's going to pull to the inside, trying to get as much lap time as he can out of this with a 110 flat from Bradley Johnson, puts him P6. It's a pretty good lap there from Bradley. As JCast should be coming into the pits after that lap. And AJ Mars is out on his out lap here. We're going to ride along with him for this entire lap. As we watch AJ come across the line into turn 1. Keeps it nice and smooth there on the throttle, and got to get off to a pretty decent run down to this right-left chicane. Take it in 5th gear there, keep the traction. And then into sector 2 here is going to maybe get held up a little bit by the Alpha. Oh, and he spins into the Alpha there. Looks like he might have gotten a little blocked there a little bit. As that is unfortunate from AJ. He's probably have to come into the pits after this lap now and get everything repaired. As it looks like he was on a decent lap there. Wasn't bad from him. As Saunders is in sector 1, so however, he just invalidated, so looks like Total 420 is also out currently in sector 1. I think he's going a little slower though, yeah. As Aerox with a 109.2, he goes P3 ahead of Rathy as well. 1/10 separates the first 4 now, so it's very close. As Craig Conley, thank you for subbing for 2 months. Thank you, Craig Conley. That's big. Thanks, Conley, for the sub. We do appreciate it here. As Sergeant Milk goes P6 there on his lap. And we're going to watch Rathy remains in the pits. He's going to go out for just one more run. That's what it looks like. As Ferrari's about to cross the line. Don't know if he's on an out lap or not. Biddy. Biddy's in sector 2 currently. Let's go see if he can pick up a tow from, I think that might be Charisma up ahead. So he's going to get a little bit of a tow down this straight if he can just keep it behind. And so let's see, Total 420 retires from this section. The pit lane, I do believe, as Biddy goes P5 and Christmas pops up into P7 there with a good lap. Total 420 retired in the pit lane. That leaves Echo on an out lap. He's going to come across, and then we have COD on an out lap as well. Aerox is in the pits. And PB is going to retire from the session. Happy enough with this time. As we are waiting for, I think that's Arrow to get a lap time in, and he's invalidated. So again, he's going to have to go again. If he can get into the pits fast enough, he has not put in a valid lap yet. As AJ is on another out lap. And JG looks to be on a lap here, so we're going to stick around with him. He's valid so far. He's going to pick up a little bit of tow from this Alpha, I think. Maybe he's a little bit too far back there to pick up the tow, but he's going to be able to, looks like he's on a decent lap so far. he invalidates there in the chicane, so unfortunate for him. He's not going to improve. Sandwiches is going to start his lap here. Bradley Johnson is going slower through Sector 2. And Charisma is going slower as he's on his in-lap, I would assume. As Sandwiches is going to start his lap here. He can improve a little bit. He was on the medium tires when he set his first time, I do believe, so we should see a jump by him. AJ started his lap. Let's ride along this time with him. He's in Sector 2 now. A little bit better through there. Does not have front wing damage yet. So we're going to pick him up going down into the hairpin with, I think Sandwiches ahead of him. So let's see what time he can do, if he can pull himself up the leaderboard, AJ. As he's going to make his way down the straight into the chicane. Quick right left flick. Try not to touch the wall on the outside there. Get as good as run as you can, and it's a drag race to the finish. He's going to go with the 1:10.1. He's going to put in P9. AJ's in the top 10 to start with a minute left in this session. Let's take a look here at Rathy, who's in contention for the lead. He's 10th, just over a 10th quicker in Sector 1. And Sandwiches retires from the session. I think that's JCast right in front of him as well. As moves out of the way. Into the hairpin he comes. He's a 10th, just over a 10th quicker. So he is right now going to be on provisional pole if he can keep it. As he's looking good, coming down, picking up the DRS now. Drag race to the chicane now. If his car is set up, he's going to gain a little bit of time here on everybody else. Looks like down through sector, past the chicane, it's going to be a good lap here. Is he going to get into the 8? He is going to get into the 8 with a 1:08.5. He's 6, almost 7/10 quicker. What a lap from Rathy. Puts him P1 on provisional pole. Now it's JCast and Echo now are going to have to follow that up. I don't think Echo went quicker in Sector 1. As we come into Sector 2, he is not quicker either. Rathy's going to retire from the session. He's on track, I do believe. As here comes Echo down the straight. Let's see what he can do here. Coming to the finish, he is going to flick it left, flick it right. Or flick it right, flick it left as someone lost their front wing. Yellow flag. As he's not going to go quick enough, so he's just going to stay on his old tires. JCast does not go quicker, and that's going to put Dub Z is invalid. That's going to be the end of this qualifying session. So qualifying, end of qualifying here. Rathy P1, Echo P2, JCast P3, Aerox P4, Biddy P5, Sandwiches in 6. Milk, Bradley, AJ in P9, Arrow in 10th. Sanders just outside of the top 10, so he should be able to start on cars if he wants. I'm going to cut away to this. As Sanders, Dub Z, Rabner, Sandwiches, JG, Cod, Total, Carl, and Knox all finish out. As we're going to pick up the race director here. Incidents. Just in case anything happened in qualifying, as looks like Biddy has a penalty. 5-place grid penalty. That's going to put him down to P10. That's going to move up everyone inside. We did not get your incident, Biddy. We just saw it on the race director. So we're going to wait now for the start of this race that is following immediately after this. Thank you everyone coming on who's watching. Big shout out to our sponsors for sponsoring us for this season and beyond. As we are going to wait the drivers. Wait the drivers readying up for the formation lap, and we're going to select the strategies here. As we await the start of this race. If you have any race predictions, let me know. 1, 2, 3 predictions, as well as who's going to get the fastest lap tonight. Rathy looks to be in a impressive lead of his own right now, being up 8/10 in qualifying to pretty much everyone else. So as the race session is going to start here, and we're going to see the drivers get ready for the lights and for their formation lap. As we're going to run a quick ad break. As we're coming to the end of this formation lap now, waiting for the drivers to get ready. As Rathy does lead the field out, followed by Echo and JCast. JCast might be able to make a run if on Echo if Rathy gets a good start, gets a good pole as well. As JG as the grid is now formed back up, Rathy taking us to the grid here. As the grid's going to form up behind him, we have a little bit of a wait here before the grid gets all set up. The grid has formed up now, waiting for the light sequence to start. Looks like AJ got a little bit behind there. Sliding into his good spot. As we await the lights here. Five lights and away we go. AJ, as Rathy gets a good start, followed by Echo. Echo is going to be able to keep it as that's Aerox going down the inside of JCast. JCast might be the loser here on this start, as he's going to go into the infield grasses. He's going to lose out big time there on the start. P8, P9 for JCast. He's going to slide ahead of Biddy in P9. Bradley Johnson in P7. Go back to the front as Milk's making to look a move on Charisma here up in P4 as he's going to maybe go for it around the outside yellow flag in sector 2 for... Can't tell who that is. As we're falling back, JCast leading that group back there. As Sargent's going to try and open up the door a little bit for Biddy to come down his inside. Does not quite go for it. And thank you, Formula Maxim, for the 5-month subscription. As we come to the end of lap 1, looks like everybody got through clean. As clean as can be here. As we're alongside with Arrow currently as he's trying to make a move up on Sargent, up ahead in P4. As Rathy has taken a controlling lead here, he's already 2 seconds ahead of Echo, and Echo's pulled a second gap to Aerox behind. As Sargent is 6/10 up ahead here, as we're going to go check down the midfield battle here. Looking like AJ shaping up a move now on Just Sanders down the back straight. He gets a bad run as that's going to open up the door now for... Or Sanders is going to get a good look now at Bradley Johnson up ahead. Won't be able to make the move. As we see Christmas and Biddy. Christmas goes into the pit lane. Don't know if that's intentional or not. And so everybody moves up spot there as Biddy, I think, might have forced Christmas off into the pit lane. As Bradley Johnson and Just Sanders going side by side now into the Sector 1 chicane. Just is going to keep it ahead. Bradley Johnson is, as Sargent's making a move up on Aerox. Aerox is going to fall back to P4. Sargent Mark up to P3. As DRS was enabled on this lap, so we should see some DRS from the drivers down this back straight. As PB already picks up a 3-second time penalty. As we should see Aerox try and come back at, or try and come at Aerox now. He's within DRS range for sure. As here they come down the back straight, DRS probably coming up for both of these drivers. And are we going to see a move here by Arrow? Arrow's going to pull to the inside. He's going to take a look, but does not as Aerox goes into the pits as Sargent gets a penalty as well. And Sanders picks up one. Down the field here, everything is very close race at the moment. AJ up into P8 after starting, I think he might have started P8 on the grid after the penalty. Just outside of a second away from Just Sanders, as JG is within a second of him. As we see a bunch of drivers pit behind. As Echo seems to have closed in on Rathy here a little bit. Coming up on those two. Let's see if Echo can maybe make a move going down the back straight here. He should have TRS. As they make their way around the hairpin now, coming down the back straight. He's 6/10 away. Can he get a good run? Maybe use some ERS. He's going to close the gap a little bit, but he's going to be a little too far away on this occasion to make a move. As let's go back to JG and AJ Marcial, flag sector 2 for a total 420 who has spun around and is in the wall. He has front wing damage. I think he just got finished with his pit stop too. As that would have put him on the hard tires here. Let's check on the tire situation. Yep, just a little unfortunate there. Just pitted on those tires. As we have another yellow flag now for him coming down to the hairpin. As Echo is once again closed up. Was just outside of a second now as Rathy's really starting to pull a gap again. JCast closing up on Arrow. Let's see if JCast can make a move. Maybe just is going to close up even more now coming into the second sector. As Arrow trying to get closer to Sargent up ahead. 7/10 is the gap now. Between those two, he's going to be, I think, a little bit too far back as Arrow is also closing up on Sargent, who's been on those soft tires now since the start of the race. As looks like a little too far back. As I'm going to go down the field as Aerox is looking to be closing in on Charisma here down the back straight. This might be the move here that we're looking for down this back straight. Nox picks up a 3-second time penalty. Aerox a little far back to make a lunge on Charisma. As Charisma picks up 3 seconds up ahead. AJ comes into the pits up ahead. And are we going to see a move? No, we're not. Let's go back up to Aero here. So he's going to make a move now on Sargent. Is Sargent be able to stick it down? He's not going to be quite able to. He might be able to get a better run. She does a little bit. Is he going to be able to make a move into the hairpin? They are going to go side by side through here. As he dives in deep, Aero making the comeback, switchback move. Who's going to get DRS out of this battle? Looks like Sargent's going to get it. Aero behind, followed by JCast, as they're all pretty close. As JCast is going to try and pick up the pieces out of this scrum here. He's going to move down the inside easily for P4 now. As Biddy picks up a 5-second penalty, as now Echo comes into the pit lane for medium tires. As Biddy's down the back of Aero. And Sargent is starting to pull away from JCast just a little bit here. As Aero picks up a 3-second time penalty in this battle. That's crucial for that group there, because he would have moved up some spots for sure if he keep it penalty free. As JCast looks like he's going to be able to pick up some DRS as sandwiches and as Nox comes to the pits. Promotes a few drivers up the leaderboard. Charisma picks up another 3-second time penalty. And Aero's going to make a lunge, maybe. He's going to make a lunge down the inside of JCast. He's going to get the DRS though down his back straight, so it's not over yet. JCast may have defended it there. Looks like it can be a little bit out, too far out of the way as we see yellow. We see blue flags for a lot of drivers. As speeding in the pit lane penalties are coming their way. That's big penalties for those drivers. As a lot of the top guys now pitted, JG included in that group. Sargent, Biddy, JG, JCast, all pitted. Let's see. As we see, who is that? As looking through the leaderboard here, nothing really happening. The moment just Saunders is closing on Aero on the medium tires. Medium tires working a lot better than the softs right now. Closing into within 0.5 of a second. Let's see how this move shakes up. It's just going to stay behind there. As we might see him move down the inside once again into this hairpin. He's going to make it work and go in deep and run Aero out wide. And he's going to pick up the DRS off of this as well. So good move there by Just Sanders. Puts him up into P2 for now, but has some drivers up behind that are going to be catching him quite quickly, such as Echo. WZ's moved up to P5 as he started on the hard tires. Carl's closing in on JCast, what it looks like. Maybe. We're just going to pick up some DRS. Just picking up some DRS, I think. As AJ's up back into P16 at the moment. JG in P12. Looks like Aero comes in the pits on that lap. He's going to fall behind Sargent. Yeah, behind Sargent. Just stayed ahead of Sargent, actually. And just behind Charisma up ahead as Christmas has made his way on the back of Carl here on this lap. As here he goes. He's going to probably see a move here at the end of this little mini straight here with DRS activated. He's going to make a move. He's going to get by easily on Carlos. He goes in a little deep there. Probably picks up a warning for that. Nox picks up another 3-second time penalty. His Aero's not close on the back of Carl here. Should see good run out of here by Aero compared to very worn medium tires for Carl here. as he's going to come down this back straight. He's a little bit far off now. Carl's trying to make a run back on Prisma, but just too far back to do it. As Rathy is now going to be in position to make a move of the race, as he has pitted and is on those medium tires now. Let's see if he can make a move here as Echo is caught up to him because of this. Yellow flag, sector 1-4. It's Sergeant, Biddy, Aerox makes a move. JG's up the inside. He's going to go P9. He's now leading this group ahead of Bradley Johnson. If he can push away, that's going to be big for him. As we're going to go flip back. Another yellow flag, sector 1. That's Arrow. He's spun around, I think. Spun around there. I don't know if he has wing damage. We're going to head back up to this battle as Rathy and Echo are so close right now on track. Echo seems to be quicker on these medium tires as Rathy's going to come down the main straight, or this back straight. Try to pull within, making a move. He's just not going to be able to, as there's a little bit of contact there. Keeps it ahead for now. He's going to come down on the second bite of the cherry now for Echo. Is Echo going to be able to make the move down in turn 1? It's so close between the two of them. They're going to go side by side in turn 1. Echo makes the move in turn 1 and keeps it. He's now the effective race leader here. That was the move for the lead. Just Saunders is holding up this group though big time. It's going to allow drivers behind him maybe pick up some spots, as won't see him move down the inside there. As Bradley Johnson pits. Just Saunders is now going to be under pressure from both these drivers. Are we going to go see 3 wide moment here? We're not. As Echo goes down the inside, that's going to put him maybe at a little bit of a disadvantage here because he won't have DRS. Rathy now has to get by Saunders as quickly as possible, which he does. As Arrow has left the session. Get him an invite back here. Let's see. See if we can get Arrow an invite back here. I cannot invite him to the game, so he's SOL on that one. As Rathy's now by Saunders, he's going to be on the back of Echo. Echo has penalties, Rathy does not. AJ in P13 with no penalties at the moment. He is fighting for some fringe points here. JG makes a move on COD there, just trying to keep it ahead. Yellow flag sector 1 again for, who's that for? Can't tell who that one's for, as Echo's now down into P2. There's contact between the two of them. As Just Sounds is now going to be ahead of them once again. They have to redo this all again. Echo and Rathy make contact. Rathy is up in the effective lead once again, but there was contact made between those two drivers. As Echo's fallen way back now. Does he have wing damage? As Rathy's just going to steam down the inside of Just Saunders. As Saunders is on those 11-lap old medium tires, as Echo picks up a 3-second time penalty behind, as he is falling back now. Move down to where Biddy is going to maybe try and make a move now on Carl. Carl trying to size move on JG as well. Carl comes and pits, which releases Biddy to go after JG here. No DRS from him. As Echo's now going to see a move probably on Saunders. 420 retires from session, as he has retired in the pit lane. He has seen enough of this race for him. Arrow needs an invite back. Invite. Let's see if we can get Arrow back in. There we go. We're trying to get you back in. As Saunders comes in the pits now for medium tires again. Looks like, as Rathy is now 2 seconds ahead. We're waiting to see if he comes out. Saunders coming out P9, P8. P8 just ahead of Sargent, right behind Biddy, as that's a close battle right there between those two. Saunders should have the advantage over them on those fresh medium tires. WZ on the hards up into P4 right now. And Arrow has joined us back. Bradley is spun in at the end of the chicane there, and he is falling back. As AJ up into P11 inside the point, 6 seconds back. Him and Rath, the only ones without penalties at the moment. So big ups to them so far, as we're going to see a move here by Saunders probably on Biddy. Down the inside potentially here. He's done it once. He's going to make it work again, I think. Runs Biddy out a little wide there. He's going to get a good run and going to get the DRS off of that. As Total 420 says, there's no point to continue in the chats, as he is our first retirement and only retirement so far tonight. Saunders picks up a 3-second now. JG is the next one on his list up ahead. This is the battle right now, as Charisma's closing in as well. Let's see if he can make a move around the outside. Does not seem like he can do it. See if he can make a move down into the next DRS zones. JG looks to be holding him up just a little bit here, as Dubsy gets passed by Charisma down that DRS straight. Now here comes Saunders. He's going to back out of it wisely, I think, and he's just going to try and hold on for the hairpin or till he can get the DRS at minimum from this. And he's going to try to round the outside now, picking up the DRS now. Round the outside he goes. JG puts up a little bit of fight there, and he's going to squeeze him down on the inside, as Rathy sets the fastest lap. But Saunders up into P6 now. Going to chase after Dub Z and Charisma now. As JG picks up another time penalty, and Biddy got ahead of him. So can JG make another move? He's not going to be able to. Just is going to keep it behind for P8 right now. AJ's closed up a second on Aerox. And Sargent, I think, is trying to get into the mix there. Dubsy's fallen off of Charisma. And we are right now at a little bit of a waiting game now, waiting for the overtaking spots. Scrolling through. Rathy up in the lead by 5.6 seconds on Echo. And JCast rounds out the podium at the moment, followed by Charisma and Dubzy. Saunders 4.3 back, and Biddy even farther back on just Sanders, as he has the pace to pull away at the moment. But are we going to see a move here by JG on Biddy? Both on medium tires. Trying to get a good run out of the hairpin. See if he can do it. As there appears to be too far back. On this occasion, so will not be able to complete that. He almost spins out, gets a little bit of wheel slip there. Great save by JG, caught that on stream. What a save by JG. Wow. As Aerox goes down to, as Sargent pits. I think he has, some wing damage. And that's going to promote AJ up to P10. He's trying to close down Aerox for AJ. As Biddy's close up to 9/10 of a second now, and JG has fallen off. As let's take a look at the penalty situation right now. So Echo has 11 seconds. Right now that would put JCash just outside of that. AJ would move up one spot at least at the moment to go up in P8. As we watch the cars round the hairpin here, as everybody spread themselves out here pretty well, all about a second away from each other. No one's getting any closer as Rathius has the fastest lap. He's pulling away without penalties. Carl without penalties as well. Let's get back to the JG is closing up again on Biddy here. Let's see if he can get closer, size up a move again. This is all going to come down to the pit stop game now as Carl picks up his first time penalty. As a shout out to our sponsors currently for sponsoring us for this season. Go get games from CD Keys. Cheap. They are sponsoring our fastest lap award this season. So as Rathy currently has the fastest lap, he's going to be getting an extra point to his name. Just Saunders closing up on Dub Z now. As just sounded as Dubsy's going to pull him to the pits now. That is going to promote him down, but he's going to be on the one stop, so we should see him be pretty quick here. He's going to go on the soft tires here, maybe on a two stop actually. He's going to get front wing changed and promote Charisma. AJ up into P7 now. P7 for AJ, 10 seconds back at JG, up ahead. As we're waiting to see whether Jones picks up a 3-second time penalty as Aerox moves down to P13 there. As just Sanders with another time penalty that picks it up. Rathy is running away with this one, 8 seconds ahead of Echo. Echo just unable to catch him. As they're coming up to lap traffic of Arrow for him. And Knox comes into the pits. Down, Charisma's closing up on PB. A little bit of a slide there from PB. Keeps it together for the most part. He's trying to close up. Those hard tires fresh out of the pit lane. It might be a little cold compared to PB's old hard or medium tires. And Dubsy right behind them on the softs. So those softs are going to be rapid here. As Echo picks up another 3-second time penalty, trying to catch up. As could we see a move here by Charisma? Down on turn 1, is he going to Sundeli send it? Comes off the straight. Let's see. Is he closing up enough? He's not closed up enough. He's just 3/10 behind him going into turn 1. We should see a move at the end of this lap as Sergeant Milk picks up another penalty. Dubsy behind, catching up on those soft tires here. As PB's just holding it through now. So are we going to see a move? Charisma just unable to send it as, was that, someone has causing yellow flag there. It's AJ. AJ has did a little half spin there. Charisma is going to send it down the inside. Oh, and he forces PB to go a little bit off track there. He's going to pick up, so go through the escape road, so he will not pick up a penalty there. And Dubsy is now closing up on this battle. Dubsy should get a great run off of this corner. He's going to pull up to 4/10 of a second. This is when he opens up the DRS. Now he's going to be able to close up on PB enough. Looks like PB has DRS for now, as he's going to come into the pit lane. As Dubsy, we see, picks up a 3-second. PB down the pit lane. Let's promote AJ back up. And AJ's also coming to the pit lane. And so we see 2 more drivers coming to the pits as Biddy is closing up on Just Saunders again. Falling away, I should say. Dubsy now has Charisma up next to catch. 1.1 seconds is the gap, and he's closing it down through the twisty middle sector. As Rathy is absolutely stormed away with this one, 13 seconds up ahead as he's going to come into the pit lane. Undoubtedly he's going to retain his lead on pretty much everybody but Saunders and Biddy. He's going to come on pit for another set of medium tires. He's going to come out in P1 ahead of everybody. As Echo going to put on the softs here, as he might go try and get the fastest lap. As he's going to start his fastest lap attempt, I think, on this lap. He needs to make up some time, so this would be the time to do it. As we see JG and Aerox come to pits, as Aerox has retired from the session, unfortunately, in the pits. He has had enough. He was going to have to repair his wing again. Aerox has left. As Sergeant Milk has also retired, as he is DNF. That's a safety car. Safety car, safety car. He pinned it into the wall of champions. The wall of champions. Safety car is out. As he is the next victim there, as that's going to promote a lot of drivers upwards now and cause a safety car. Rathy's going to be put back in a. He was so far ahead of everybody else, now in a bad spot here, as Chef Sanders is going to be able to get away with a pit stop here, going to the medium tires now. This works out perfectly for him and Biddy. Echo, this hurts on those soft tires. We're going to see him come in for the mediums now. Take him to the end of the race. So we should see a lot of drivers coming to the pits here. Soft tires for those three. As this race just got a whole lot more interesting. Rathy on the mediums. Jeff Saunders, Biddy on the soft tires. And Echo comes out on the mediums. Charisma's going to come into the pit. Same with Dubsy. Dubsy's going to probably fit on the medium tires to run to the end of this race. Are we going to see AJ and the rest of these guys come into the pits who are on their fresh medium tires, or is he going to stay out, try and make up some positions here? Dubsy fitting on a new wing. As he's going to be held by Carl. Is that going to help AJ out maybe on Dubsy here? It looks like he might just be ahead of Dubsy now. He is. Dubsy's going to slide out behind AJ. So we have Sargent has left the session now after his retirement. As the safety car is going to cause major issues for drivers across the grid. As we're waiting for safety cars picked up, Rathy now on the back straight. We should see a few more laps here, so drivers are going to reform as quickly as they can. Riley Johnson on P16. Everybody is going to be on fresh tires or just slightly old tires here. As AJ up into P9 once again after having a little bit of a spin there and having to fix his wing. And the question remains, are these soft tire runners going to be able to make it to the end of this race? The longer they stay out on this safety car, as the standing screen should be coming up now, we have Rathy leading the championship currently. Rathy has won the first two races of the season now as Christmas in P2, Echo P3, Arrow in P4. As we're waiting for the safety car here to finish on up. Should be a good race here. As the standings scroll through here, waiting for the safety car period to end, are we going to stay out for the lap? That's what it's looking like. As this race is a lot more interesting now. If just Sanders and Biddy can make those soft tires last to the end on a 10-lap, 9-lap stint here at the end, they could come away with a win. Is Rathy going to be able to pull away from the cars ahead? And as they make their way around, that's Safety car is probably being on this lap, I would assume, as we have Sandwiches trying to catch up to the back of the grid. He was not lapped. So Sandwiches gets pretty lucky that he was going to be able to catch up to Cod and Carl. As we await the restart of this race under safety car. I'm going to follow along with Rathy, see if the safety car lights go out on top of the car in this Sector 2 split. As we come into it, looks like Sandwiches is going to get all caught up here. As here they go. Rathy, P1, the lights have stayed on. We're going to be on for another lap here. Under safety car. No, we have one more. As the safety car is going to be in this lap. Safety car is going to be in this lap. Race control has confirmed. Thank you to Craft Coffee Club, Rogue, Energy, and my Maestro Soda for their help on the spreadsheets. Sun Deli and CD Keys, along with Lightstream, for partnering with us and sponsoring us for the season. Big shout out to you guys. As we wait the restart here, as Rathy has now become the effective safety car leader. Or has become the effective safety car here, as he's going to look to get a good jump. Can just on his Biddy make those tires last long enough to get him to the end of this race. We should see some moves pretty early here from Saunders as Carl gets a 5-second severe collision penalty with Cod. As Echo down to P4 immediately as Saunders Biddy makes a move on Echo. Not quite able to keep it. Saunders up into P3. Echo is all over the back of Biddy there. So Biddy falls behind. And we'll wait for Sanders to see as Arrow is in the way. Saunders picks up a 3-second there. Rathy's in good spot. AJ picks up a penalty, I do believe. Let's check the penalties real quick. Penalties here. AJ picked up 8 seconds worth of penalties now. And so he's going to be, just needs to keep within 1 second of PB up ahead. As Rathy's the only one that's gone penalty free, as Bradley's going to get out of the way there. Along with Arrow. Arrow gets out of the way as well. Saunders has fallen back from JCass. JCass makes a little contact with the wall there. Can Sanders close up close enough as Rathy sets the fastest lap. CD Key's fastest lap of the race for Rathy at the moment. As it may be his race to lose at the moment. We've already seen the Wild Champions claim one driver. Can it claim a second in this race? Drivers pushing just to stay within a second on this lap and on the following laps to get some DRS, maybe make a move going into the last laps here of this race. So we're going to look down the field here. Oh, AJ almost goes in the back of PB there into that, so that's going to put Dubsy all over the back of him. Dubsy is now all over the back of AJ. AJ has fallen back off of PB a little bit. He's going to be able to catch right back up, though. Or should be able to. As JG and Biddy are now battling here. Biddy's going to be able to pick up DRS from his teammate Arrow. So, yellow flag in Sector 3 for. It's Bradley Johnson. He's spun around in the infield grass. That's probably going to be the end of his race, and any chances of scoring points. As Rathy sets in another fastest lap, he's flying away. As Charisma, JG, and Biddy all in a battle here for P5. As Echo is just back of just Sanders up in P3, just Sanders in P3, trying to get a look on JCass in P2, and Rathy is pulled away from the top guys. AJ falling just out of a second there. As Arrow is Yes, Arrow is lapped as we're gonna see a move here by JG making Christmas trying to make a move on JG there. Coming to the end of this race right now. As are we gonna be able to see Christmas make a move down this back straight? No DRS yet, I don't think, for anybody. Charisma just unable to. Brathy sets another fast lap of 1:10.9 there for him as Charisma is all over the back end of JG. JG is trying to pull up to Biddy up ahead. As that's going to be one to watch as Echo's closing in on Sanders now. Soft tires really trying to fall off now at this point. Can Echo make a move on Sanders down this DRS open? Are we going to be able to see when he's activating the ERS there? Oh, he's going to send it down the inside. Sundell, he sent it. Oh no, he spun it. Echo spun it. He's going to do a little flick spin as quickly as he can. Get back. As he spun it around, he's in P7 now. Spun it. Echo has spun it, but promotes everybody up. Let's spot now JG up into P5 and Charisma up into P6. AJ holding out to P9. He's going to try and make a move on PB here. He's going to use ERS. DRS is going to be active, I think, now. He's going to be able to make a move down the inside into the chicane. Looks like he's going to go for it. He backs out of it. JCast picks up another 3-second time penalty. AJ putting a lot of pressure on PB. Charisma punts JG there. JG is spun around. Charisma looks to have punted JG from behind there. Unfortunate for him as JG gets turned around. He's now back into P10. That promotes AJ up into P9 as AJ back down to P8. Dub Z works his way through there. Saunders, as top three looked at, pulled away from 4 on back. Can AJ spun around? Can't tell if he got spun around by someone or not, but that's going to promote him down to P12 at least. Sandwiches is also around. P12 is where he's at currently, so P12 for him. Todd 32 seconds back is not going to be close enough there. As we're waiting, any battles coming up, Dub Z on Charisma. Charisma, medium tires, can Dub Z get up into P6 here? Charisma flies through there, gonna get a decent run there by Dub Z now. As Charisma is gonna be under attack, as another yellow flag in Sector 1 for maybe just a yellow flag there. Echo is back up to P5 after all that chaos. As here comes Dub Z trying to close up on Charisma, and Bradley Johnson just keeping ahead of everybody else, so he's going to be providing DRS, I think, for Charisma. As Dub Z gets a pretty poor run there. He's going to be falling outside there. Bradley Johnson is going to be giving DRS to Charisma now. This is the battle to watch right now. As Dubsy's going to fall away from Charisma now, as I'm going to look up ahead. Echo trying to close back in on Biddy on those very old soft tires now. Knox picks up a 3-second time penalty. It's looking like AJ's closing up on Sandwiches once again. He's maybe looking to get past for some more points after having looked to be either a spin or got clipped by PB potentially. As he's closed up to within 0.5 of a second on this lap, he's going to be able to make a move eventually. As here comes the move by AJ, potentially down the DRS straight. He's going to pick it up. He's going to make quite an easy move now. Down into P11. He's going to teammate up next who's on the hard tires with just 3.5 laps to go now. Dubsy's falling back of Charisma here, so AJ is on the charge. Goes in a little deep into the hairpin. I mean, Sandwich is going to be able to catch right back up to him. As Shea Hammer with a follow. Let's give as AJ on the charge, Sandwich is behind. As Echo's closed up now on Biddy. Those soft tires with just 3-4 laps to go are starting to fall off big time now for Biddy, I would assume. So Echo on the charge here. Can he make a late move here? He's going to be able to get himself back up to the podium's places. He has 2 laps pretty much to do it. He's going to have to make a move now on Biddy. As here he comes. Not going to have enough. Biddy using all his ERS, I think, to stay ahead now. Going to walk ahead, see if he can make a move into turn 1. Oh, we can see an Echo Sundaily Ascendant moment here. Echo is just going to stay a little bit farther back on that one. So we should be able to see a move of him soon. AJ closing up on Carl pretty quickly now, rapidly closing on Carl. That means he's closing up on, I think that's also a lap car here. So are we going to see just a little T-Mortem move by Carl? Nope, AJ's just going to stick behind him. As Echo and Biddy gets a bad run. Echo puts himself into P4. He has a lap to catch 2 seconds and make a move. Echo picks up a 3-second time penalty. As AJ on Carl. As we're going to see a move here by AJ on Carl here. AJ down the inside of Carl. No, she's going to back out of it. He's going to wait for the next DRS. Next bite of the cherry. 3 seconds. Yellow flag for in Sector 3. Who is that? Looks like nothing happened there as AJ gets a little loose. AJ gets very loose. On the exit there, tries to plant the throttle just a little too far back. He's going to have to make it catch up. As Carl gets by, lap traffic now. Yellow flag in Sector 3 for, I believe that was Knox getting out of the way for everybody. AJ's going to have to close back in on this lap here. Echo closed up to just Sanders now, within 5/10 of a second now. Does he have the ERS capable to pull off a move? Echo for surprise, back up to podium after spinning it. He's going to be able to look for a move here on those struggling medium tires. Echo Sundaily sends it down the inside of the hairpin. He makes it work. A little bit of contact there. Up into P3. He's going to have the DRS. He's going to be a pull away on this last lap. Next up is AJ. 2/10 down is the gap. Blue flag's up ahead or behind. AJ's really trying to make that move work down the inside on the last lap of this race. Here he comes. Knox was disqualified from the session as AJ is 7/10 back. He fell back big time there. Is that going to be the difference between him getting it? As AJ is going to fall back. I think he's just going to take it off of penalties here. Yellow flag in Sector 3 now. As Rathy is our race winner, followed by J. Cass, and Biddy's going to take it over Echo for now. Just Sanders in P5, Dubsy in P6, Charisma P7, P8, PB, P9, JG, P10, P11 for the 2 Williams. Both score points. 5-second time penalty unserved for AJ. Sandwiches rounds out P12, COD in 13th. Arrow P14, Bradley Johnson P5, and Aerox. As that is the end of this race, we're just going to try and get the drivers in here. Talk to them as I'm going to go through the race director menu. What a race. JG, driver of the day, gonna get him in here as well, as well as the top 3. As that was a very interesting race in there. Safety cars, everything you could have sticking around for the driver to use as we wait for them to come in. As AJ has left the session. See if we can pull drivers in as quickly as possible. As we see Rathy dancing up on the podium, raising the first place trophy. So what a great race from Rathy and JCast and Biddy there, rounding out top 3. Thank you for following Kid San. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to pick the drivers up as quickly as possible. Rathy first. Get this race director in here. Incidents. Let's try and get all these incidents in. Tick the box as you come in, please. Tick the box as you come in. Have you ticked the box? Have you ticked the box? Should be a box in the top of the party chat.
There you go.
There we go.
Am I famous now? I'm on the Twitch.
Tick the box, everybody, as you come in. Tick the box, please.
Yes, there.
Hello.
Is JG in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you in here? We tick the box.
Yeah. Hello.
You were a driver. Okay, so talk us a little bit through how the race unfolded, if that safety car helped you or hindered your forward progress, or if you just let it come the race. Talk us through that from your end.
Very good setup today. I felt very fast. And coming into the last few laps, I think I collided with crew. Locked up and took me sadly. Still got points ninth, but tough race.
Tough race, still ended up getting driver of the day. You were up there, I think, at P7, P6 at one point.
Yeah, it was a very good race.
You looked like you were on for some good points. Unfortunately, you just looked like you got hit in the back by Charisma there.
It's alright though. It's racing. It's racing.
It is racing. Alright, next up to P3, Biddy.
Hello.
You had interesting strat there at the end, went on the soft tires after the safety car.
Yeah,
Talk us through the beginning stage of the race, and then talk us through that safety car period.
I will. Unfortunate sort of hiccup in the beginning. Had a bit of an accident with PB Rabner. I think got a 5+ grid penalty. Fortunately, would have been much better to start at P5. But this track, turn 1, is not as scary as some of the other ones, so you're fine. Towards the end, my strategy the entire time was stay out of trouble. I knew that people were going to get a lot of penalties, especially in that sort of the ultimate corner, obviously. Was able to capitalize on that strategy. At the end, so I went onto the soft tires. I don't know why, in the very beginning, which meant that I didn't actually have another medium set available at the end. With the safety car in, about 9 laps to go after safety car, I say, what the hell, it's either going to be soft or hard. And happy it worked out. Happy I got my first podium ever in sim racing. We'll go make myself a drink and celebrate. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, great race from you, Biddy. Ended up getting the podium based on some penalties from
Yeah.
Metco, so unfortunate on his part, but interesting strategy there at the end for you.
Thank you.
So JCast, you're up next. You had a pretty interesting race there. Safety car at the end, I think, helped push you up.
Yeah. Qualifying, I don't really know what happened. My first lap just disappeared. I don't quite get that. And then there's time in there.
Qualifying, I don't really know what happened.
And then lap one of
Eddie,
the
can you
race.
turn that down a little bit? Thank you.
I could not concentrate on anything then. Yeah, lap one of the race. Either a collision or sort of got run wide a little bit by Aerox, just one of them racing incidents, I think. Went down to ninth, sort of just made my way back. Nice speed in the pit lane penalty, following Milken. Just braked when he braked, which is always what you want. And then, yeah, just, I think, safety car, I didn't really want, to be honest. I didn't want to bunch the pack back up, but in hindsight, it probably helped with the penalties. So, yeah, happy, to be perfectly honest with you. I knew the soft runners would tail off towards the end, so just had to keep sort of just ahead on the mediums, and it'll be good. And congrats to Bitty as well. I'm only here because in this league because he sort of put me onto it, and I've raced with him
Thanks, my
quite a
dude.
lot before.
Thank you.
And like I said, first podium, so he deserved it. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, good to be on the podium with you, man. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Well, great race from you, JCast. Had
Thank
that
you.
start incident, and then worked your way back. That was quite great to see. As we go to our race winner, Wraithy now in P1.
Yeah.
P1 there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you wanted that safety car there. You were
Yeah.
15 seconds ahead when it came out. I'm sure
Yeah,
that,
it hurt.
got your heart racing a little bit. But talk us through your race, how it was up front, and how that safety car, if you had any hard decisions going on the tires or anything like that on that safety car restart.
Well, qualifying was good. Then during the race, I got a really good start, so I got to pull away, but then I actually had like a little slip up, and that's where Echo just closed in on me. So then that's why we were together, and then he was putting pressure on me. But then yeah, towards like later in the race, we were actually battling hard because we came up on I think Just Sanders in the Red Bull, and yeah, I just got caught up behind him, and that's when we were battling, and then yeah, and then towards the end of the race, the safety car came out, so yeah, I wasn't sure whether to pit for softs, but then yeah, I was sure that I made the right decision for mediums, just staying out. So so yeah, that was it, keeping my pace up and no penalties. So yeah.
Yep, penalty free there from a race winner. Congrats on your third race win of the season, 3 in a row. 3 for 3, 100% race record. I think you got the fastest lap as well. So congratulations to you. That was great to see. Absolutely rapid.
Thank you, Radar.
So show up Thursday. We have F2, and then next week we're back again 11 p.m. GMT for round 4 next week. Every day on the weekend, starting off at TO1 on Friday. So please tune in from wherever you are in the world. Tune in 11 p.m. GMT next weekend. And that has been all from SSR. Thank you guys. Congrats to our winners and to our podium finishers. And thank you to our sponsors
Cheers.
as well.
Yep.
So that's going to be all from SSR. See you guys soon.